Alright, today we're going to look at Blackpurl and doing an inventory search. So first we'll log in, go up to reporting, reports, and as you can see here I've already got a couple favorites saved, but we're looking to do this for the first time from scratch so you can set up your system. So I'll go down to common search, hit the arrow, scroll all the way down to where you see a suitcase that says product, and you're going to want stock units. Now what this should do is it'll provide you a general report showing every unit we have in stock, whether it's reserved or available. Give you some other pieces of information like the make, which is the brand, the model, which is, we typically use what we call a SKU or SKU number to differentiate each brand, not only the brand, but breaks it down into the different sizes and colors of those trailers. But within the model you also typically will see the size next to the SKU number. SKU numbers are almost always 4-digit, though I think the steel toe dollies are 3 digits. And then you'll see some other information here as well. Once you get the common search pulled up, you can go in and modify this as much as you want. You can move these columns around. You can see here there's a little arrow just below the line that keeps moving around as to where I want to drop it. You can remove columns altogether using the plus button, and you can also add stuff to it using the plus button. So you see here I'm going to remove type, which is this little key over here. I'm going to remove the stock number. It's the last 5 of the VIN, but I like having the full VIN number instead, so we'll add the full VIN number after we remove the stock. So you scroll down through here. I like having the make. Definitely need the model. I like having the year to know if it's a new trailer or a used trailer, though potentially it could be a used trailer that's something we just bought and it was actually built in 2021, 2022 for this model year 2022. Submodel gives you a lot of extra information that didn't necessarily fit under the model. Color's important for enclosed trailers. I like having the status so you know whether it was reserved or available. It might still be on the lot, but if it's reserved, you can't sell it. Modified, I don't typically have on, so I'll turn it off. I mentioned before I want to have the full VIN. Usually want to have the base unit price. So I keep scrolling down through here to add other options. Do want to know the location, whether it's NCTS, which is our lot, or it's in storage. In a couple months that won't be as important because the storage will eventually come over here to our new lot that we have in the back of our property. But it's still good to know whether you have to pull it from somewhere else or if it's right out in front of the main office. Let's keep going through here. Age I like to know. That's also another good indicator. If it's been on the lot for a while, there may be some sort of special pricing going on with it or something like that, and it also could be an indicator of whether it's used or not. So I think that overall for now will be a good indicator for what we need. So I hit done. So you see here information is jumping around a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this over next to here. I bring the age over to the year, submodel next to model, color next to submodel. That way I can have all the descriptors together for the type of trailer. Sometimes it does fight you. There you go. I got make, I got model, submodel, color. I'll know what year and how old it is, where it's located, whether it's reserved or available, its VIN number, and its base unit price. Typically, if there are price changes within about a week and a half, we'll get the price changes from the price book and the website over into Blackpurl and on social media and on our white tags. Sometimes it happens quickly, sometimes it takes a while if there's a lot of price changes. So it's always a good idea to double check in the price book, especially if you know the SKU already. just to make sure that the price that's in here is the price that we're going to currently sell it at. We do usually have some sort of buffer. If a customer comes in and says they want something, they saw it on the website for a certain price, and it might have recently changed in the pricing, we'll still usually honor the existing price for a couple days. But this overall gives you the new report that you've customized the way you like it. Again, we're always looking to add more detail, as much detail as possible. We're always looking to add as much detail as possible to this, so that when you're going to do a search for a customer, you can have it right at hand as quick as possible. To use this report to get to something specific, say you want to look up a specific SKU number, anywhere up here on this white box with the little down arrow, you can click anywhere on it. You'll see it brings up this little search box. You think of it as an advanced search. The contains box is where you're always going to type in. You can search for it via SKU number. You can search for it via the manufacturer brand. You can search for it by the size. In most cases, you're going to specifically type in the SKU number. So in this case, we're looking at 4015. So I hit apply to that. And you'll see here it brought up a couple different versions of the 4015. What's interesting with Blackpurl, for some reason, there's always an occasional not what you searched for. So in this case, there's a 1003 SKU that has nothing to do with 4015. So if you're searching for a customer, just make sure you double check to make sure the model SKU is what you actually searched for, and it's not just a random entry. Same thing goes when you're doing for, say, a size 6x12, for example. That's typically an enclosed trailer, 6 feet by 12 feet. So you can see here, it shows standard units, it shows deluxe units, and even commercial units. But sometimes it'll show, like here you see it's a 6x12, but it's a dump trailer. Or it'll show 76x12, which is a utility trailer. So that's just something to keep in mind. When you do it via size versus SKU, you might get a lot more information than you're expecting. But it does help a little bit to, if the customer is just specifically looking for a 6x12, instead of you trying to remember each SKU for each color type or each standard deluxe commercial, you can just type in 6x12 to get you a general idea. Going back to 4015, you see here, I often find it confusing to see it as reserved or available, just for the fact that I just want to see what I could sell the customer today, not what we might have on the lot that the customer's not going to be able to buy because we already have it reserved for somebody else. So what I'll do is go back in on the search. Again, you can click anywhere in the white box or click on one of these gray boxes. Down here, you're looking at in stock. I'll switch it over to available, and I'll apply that. And now you can see it reduced the list to just show the available ones. Again, you can see the pricing, see whether it's in storage or on the lot currently. What's interesting is all three of these happen to be in storage, so I know if the customer does want to stop by and see it, or if they're coming to pick it up today, I'm going to need to let parts and service know that, hey, this trailer's in storage. We're going to need to go pick it up and bring it over. So once you get this exactly the way you want it, I'm going to remove this completely so it goes back to showing everything. And I guess for now I will make this back into in stock. So it shows reserved and available. If you want to save this search so that when you come back in the future you don't have to go back through and rechange all these columns and add and remove stuff like I did initially. See at the very top it says save as, so I'll click save as, and you would name it, age report or inventory report. So what I'll do is I'll hit save, and you'll see at the very top that disappeared now, and now you see the title that you just gave it. There's a little star next to this. If you click the star, you'll see it turns gold, and when you do that, it'll show up in your favorite search. This way you can always have this available. You don't have to worry about going back through, doing the comma search again and setting it all up. It's already set up for you as a favorite.